Okay, here it is, part two. Basically, the premise of this woman's book and this article, Dr. Schwartzbein, she's written a book called The Schwartzbein Principle. It's been around for a while. I mean, it's not like I'm any expert. Y'all just read the article and I talked to Rosemary about it, and she pleaded with me to make the video. I said, let me just send you the article. Oh no, make the video. So this is for you, Rosemary. Um, Hormone imbalance happens the minute we go into menopause. Our hormones are out of balance. Gee, how many times have you thought that? And there are a lot of symptoms and signs of that. And those things, if left untreated, lead to other more degenerative diseases in our old age. People just want to put that off, but they're not drawing the connection back to not having the right balance of estrogen and progesterone in our system. Now, I know nothing about hormone replacement therapy except that if you take some, people end up with some cancer here and there. And so I have steered well clear of anything that I could. My sister actually took something that they've taken off the market for a very short period of time, and she ended up with a breast lump. And I mean, she took it for a very short period of time. So I don't take anything. Um, I am going to take something soon to see if it helps with the memory thing, and some coenzyme Q10 and some more omega-3. See if anything makes sure my brain doesn't stop functioning. My mother was sharp as a tack, but she did crossword puzzles every day and read all the time, and I don't do those things. Okay. Um, Aches and pains. A lot of aches and pains can be attributed to, of course, lose your hormones, you're losing your lubrication. Let's face it, I've had plastic surgery. Am I drooping already? Oh yeah, you know why? Because I'm old, because I have no collagen in my system, because I have no estrogen in my body. Estrogen is part of what keeps us floating and lubricated and all that jazz. So if you're getting a backache and hip pain and joint pain and stiffness and leg cramps and neck stiffness and even plantar fasciitis, a lot of those things could have to do with, or even tender spots like tight bands or knots in the soft tissue between the skin, underneath the skin. That could be hormone imbalance related. This is sort of like, you're a redneck if. Okay, digestive tract problems. Oh, gee, how many of us thought those things had to just do with our guts being rewired? And a lot of these things will sound like things that have to do with having gastric bypass or weight loss surgeries of different types, but they could vary. And many women are my age or right before my age when they're having these surgeries now. They're in their mid 40s, early 40s. So a lot of these things can apply, and you might just assume they have to do with the surgery, but they really could have to do with hormone imbalance. So just be aware. Digestive tract problems, bloating after meals, distension of the intestine. So I don't want to put that in front of you, but I don't want to not look at you guys either. Let me see if I can do it this way. Bloating after meals, distension of the intestines due to accumulation of gas. Oh, that sounds like me after a bowl of lentils. Constipation, constipation, difficulty in having bowel movement. You'll know what that is. Food allergies and intolerances, rashes and or headaches, increased nasal congestion, post-nasal drip, and mental irritability. Well, just love how they put those together. Heartburn, intestinal irritability, increased gas, nausea. Okay, but you know what? It could be either or, guys, or both working together. Uh, Brain function. Here's where my problems came in. All hormones, including the sex hormones, are neurotransmitters that affect other neurotransmitter levels such as dopamine, GABA, and serotonin, which is why we wake up in the middle of the night. It's called the 2 to 4 o'clock club when you keep waking up in the middle of the night. That means you're in menopause, or you're worried about something, or it's a combination of the two. Um, and I've done that a lot lately, and I think that's partly just this getting resettled. I'm hoping that's going to go away. Of course, if I start taking those pills, maybe it'll go away too. Okay, cognitive decline, decreased concentration, focus. I have to tell you that I also have trouble concentrating when there's other peripheral noise going on. When Steve's got the TV on, even if it's not blasting, I cannot think to have a conversation with him. I hate noise in the background while I'm trying to either read a book or write something or have a thought. I can't think with noise around me. It's gotten much worse as I got older. That's hormone related. Inability to handle typical stresses. Small issues are magnified and overwhelming. Inability to continue with the conversation theme. Now, I've been like this a long time. I think I'm a little ADD. But if you're talking about something and you stop and go, and you get off on something and go, well, what was I talking about? Happens a lot. That means you could have a hormonal imbalance. Um, Now, if you get all these other things cleared up, you can find out whether there's dementia or not. If it goes away, you don't have early onset dementia. Loss of a sense of humor, memory loss, forgetting people, places, and things more often. Why did I come into this room? You know what? We all do that. We do that during in our 40s. So that's hormone imbalance. Cravings. Cravings are caused by changes in blood sugar and neurotransmitter levels due to reduced levels of estrogen and or progesterone. Cravings for chocolate, sugar, and other sweets. Increased cravings for alcohol or nicotine. Emotional problems are caused by fluctuations and or deficiencies in various hormone and neurotransmitter levels. Anxiety. Rosemary wakes up with an anxiety attack. That's hormones, imbalanced hormones. Plus, she probably does have some anxiety. Um, Apprehension, feelings of dread and doom, argumentativeness. That's me. Depression, lack of desire to do the things you used to enjoy, emotional volatility, happy and laughing 1 minute, sad and crying the next. That sounds like me too. Frustration, exasperation, lack of motivation, moodiness, um, panic, sudden uncontrollable feelings of fear or anxiety, and paranoia. Rosemary's been having some trouble with those panic attacks in the middle of the night, all of a sudden out of nowhere. Um, ear, nose, throat, and mouth issues. I don't need to go over those. Those are your basic things, dry nose, dry mouth, ear pain, a little increased eye pressure. See, people might think that that's glaucoma, but it starts off with your hormones. That's why glaucoma happens to people that are older. Um, um, External ear pain, intermittent sharp stabbing pain occurring in only one ear. How bizarre, but I feel like I've had that too. Tooth pain, sensitivity, ringing in the ears. Okay. Gynecological problems. I don't even know, Garba, those. You know what those are, ladies. All the basics. Dry and dry and drier. Um, and loss of desire, generally. Okay. And everybody's different. Everybody's got a different degree of that. It's just harder to go where you used to go. It takes twice as long to get there if you get there at all. Hair and nail problems directly caused by the loss of sex hormones. Okay. Changes in hair texture, color, the whole thing. Thinning hair. We think a lot of that has to do with what we're not getting in our RNY, in our I always say RNY because that's what I had. You guys know that. Um, Heart and lung stamina, asthma, irritable airways, crashing, fatigue, feeling energetic 1 moment and then completely spent the next, loss of stamina, running out of energy by the end of the day, heart palpitations. I'm telling you, I had a lot of those, and I always attribute it to not having enough food, that I need to eat more to go and work out that way because I'm spent, I hit the wall, boom. A lot of that also goes hand in hand with hormones, imbalance of hormones. And I definitely have heart palpitations sometimes out of nowhere. Not like my heart's going to explode out of my chest, but out of nowhere for no reason, my heart starts to palpitate. Sometimes it's a little sugar rush, but sometimes it just is what it is. Feeling as if your heart's going to explode out of your chest. It can be a frightening experience. Irregular heartbeats, periodic skipping a beat. My heart does that too. Hormone related. Shortness of breath during exertion. Infections and allergies, that's things from regular allergies to slow to heal, stuff like that. Hormone imbalance. Protracted wound healing, that's what I was just going over. Okay, I just don't want to go beat this to death. You guys, loss of muscle mass, loss of muscle strength, loss of muscle tone. One more reason that they say older people need to be doing the resistance weight thing, which I need to get back to. Neurological problems, dizziness, feeling faint from sudden movements such as standing up quickly or rapid changes in head position, loss of coordination. When I wake up some mornings, I'm kind of leaning to one direction. Pins and needles in the extremities, tingling type rush sensations that may accompany a hot flash or stressful moment, vertigo, feeling like the room is spinning, hormone imbalance related, skin issues, not just dehydration related, but hormone imbalance related, the loss of sex hormones, decreasing growth hormones, or increased levels of adrenaline, cortisol contribute to the following: acne, age spots, dry skin, itchy, crawly skin, feeling of ants crawling under your skin. Now, I've not had that except after the surgery when you come down off of the anesthetic. it makes me scratch my skin like I'm a crazy woman, but that's really only been after the surgery. Loss of elasticity, skin tags and moles, which I definitely have skin tag things. Wrinkling skin, we have no collagen, we have no estrogen, we're losing our youth, okay? Sleep problems due to a decreased production of melatonin, and an increased level of stress hormones and or increased hypoglycemia associated with menopause. Hypoglycemia. I have a lot of things with hypoglycemia. I had a little before I had surgery. Well, I had pretty much normative. No one had diagnosed me. But after surgery, it increased even more. I tried to eat some quinoa for breakfast with some chia seeds, thinking the chia would slow the absorption into my bloodstream and allow me to have that for breakfast. No, 2 hours later, crashing, dumping, got to have some protein. So much for that quinoa that I bought. Um, Temperature dysregulation, chills, mild to intense episodes of feeling very cold as hot flashes subside. Can occur without hot flashes. I'm cold a lot of the times. I also have fingers that get numb, and it gets worse the older I get. Dehydration, a lack of water in the body that manifests as dry mouth, dizziness, fatigue, stomach pain, and or increased thirst. Rosemary drinks and drinks and drinks, and still she's dehydrated. Hot flashes, pounding heart, perspiration, dizziness, rushes of heat. Sounds like dumping syndrome to me. Night sweats. I don't have that, but many, many people do. Urinary tract problems. And these are all related to your hormone levels. Frequent urination, the whole incontinence thing. But you know what? That happens with age. And I have to say, that happens with age, period. It happens with age. But once I lost my weight, I have not had those issues since then. It's that weight bearing down on your bladder, too. Weight issues. Changes in metabolism due to the loss of sex hormones, inability to lose weight despite improvements in nutrition and exercise habits, and weight gain and weight redistribution. Like, where did that new tummy come from? So that is the list, guys. I just wanted to run by that because Rosemary had a lot of symptoms that they're not sure where to put, but when they do her blood work, they'll know where to put those symptoms. They'll know what those blood results say and give her a clearer picture. But we just all need to be aware that everything we think is associated with our new surgery after the fact could also be related, depending on your age, to hormone imbalance, which basically begins the minute you start going into perimenopause, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. Not that there's any great solution for it, guys. Now, I will tell you one thing. I'm going to throw this out there because I started to look up other things too, and I'm going to wrap this up. You know, I eat mostly vegetables. I eat clean, mostly green. Okay, lentils, vegetables, produce, fruit, almond milk. I eat yogurt. I eat some cheese. I love cheese, but you know, I try to keep everything in perspective. I eat whole grain bread things a little here and there. I don't eat a lot of meat. I don't eat a lot of meat. I don't say that. I eat plenty of protein because, as Dr. Garth will tell you, and if you guys don't know Dr. Garth, you better be getting on the stick. He's got a book deal, and he's going to be writing some awesome new, earth-shaking news about weight loss surgery and what we've been told all these years that ain't really necessarily so. So I looked it up, and you know what? People that are vegetarians or vegans do not have the same level of menopause symptoms as people that are not. So I think that's why I got by pretty well as far as no hot sweats, no flat, none of that stuff really disabilitating to me. I just have the cognitive issue mostly and the aging skin, but whatever. Um, you know, eat more vegetables and more fruit and eat clean and non-processed foods, and it might help you get through menopause a little better. That's my 2 cents for the almost a vegetarian club, kind of flexitarian, leaning heavily into the green camp. I love you. I love Rosemary. I'm sorry this is so long. I will start making videos of my own very soon. Okay, you guys take care, and my love to all my friends who are going through menopause, and I'll put links below. Bye.